Hello guys, welcome to my channel Inside Comics. Summarize this comics. So be with me and listen to this comics. It is a long story and I'm going to make it short. So this story is not a beginning of the story, but it is the continuous of the previous story. And after the fight with Okanga, Amazonian women win the battle and they go to a place known as Zukhara. Here you can see someone is standing on a stage and addressing to the women who fought in the fight. Here Hesia says to the people of Zukhara that in this time of need we are fighting for the peace for you. That's all she speaks over here. Here the women of Amazonian give a gift to the people of Zukhara as presenting them with a friendship. That's what she talks over here. So here she give a gift as a statue of Philia to the people of Zukhara. So here they appreciate the work of Ophelia work as making the art of statue. So here this person asks Ophelia that how she made the statue within 2 days. Here Ophelia says that it is a gift from God and I want to express to the people of the world. And here we see some of the young Amazonian girls. So guys, in this image you can see two girls. They are talking about Ophelia. Ophelia is a person who make statue to express Amazonian art craft or something like that. Okay, then in this image she talk about that we are 7 young of our who will stay in the ship, and I don't want our captain to give us small responsibility to talk about here. So in this image Rajya says that real responsibility like when the time you slept in the bush, and then she says that I was gone for one number, or you can say P, but I fall down in a bush. That's what I say. And here one of the young girls says that at one time you were given a responsibility to catch a kettle of grain to feed us, and it was not enough for us to eat. That's what the another girl says. And then this girl says it was something like a pig. That's what she said. Here you can see one of a girl, she wanted to go for dance. That's all what they saw here. So in this image she goes to a lady or woman and tell her that Amazon are more than just labor and political, something like that. Here you are seeing Simon is good with children, and she's telling stories about the incident that happened. Here she's talking about Hercules and her queen Hippothales over here. Here you can see two ladies talking about Simon, that she's good with children and she's one of the best mind in warrior over here. So in the top image you can read the story that they talk about. They have remembered the story in a different way, but the second one says that there is a myth about Greek and there is Amazonian truth. And in the second one I will talk about. So in the middle image it talk about, first one talk about that you have fought well, Hesia. If not for us, for the evil Okanga, if they were being alive, they could have taken more land from the good people. Then the second girl says in the middle image that Aminata, how long have you been here? It was my pleasure to find out over here in Zukhara. And she asks her that how long have you been using this triax? Then in the down image you can see Aminata says that this weapon is designed from our ancestor and it is passing from our ancestor to ancestor to us. That's what I have been told about. Then in the left Asia, in the down image, she says that now as you know that you are immortal, and you can be part of us and join us and stay with us in Themyscira. Then there is a talk between them, and uh, she says, I have been meaning to ask you about that. Then other says, oh. Then she says, yes. Yes, I was forgetting about her name. So her name is Aminata, and she says now here, I have been asking some of your more recent convert about how it was for them when they realized they were different. Look guys, I don't want to read the whole thing, but I'm going to summarize this whatever she's speaking to here. She's telling that growing up in this way was a kind of different for me, that my friend were getting old and I was not getting old, and what it's like to be an immortal she's talking about here over here. So this lady says that actually none of us have been with for very long since you contact us in our native land, Asia. Her name is Dara, and the other girl says what Dara mean is that we do not know if we are ready for this. Here one of girls says that do not fret, Aminata. A great many of us who were brought to Themyscira have had same query. I had Kurangan before I became a Amazon, and it has been the most gratifying experience of my life. Then the other girl says, speak for yourself. I was an Aztec queen, considered a goddess because I was immortal. I ruled. Then we see argument between the young sister, you can say, and the first one says, and that is why you are weak. Then other says, not all of us were so privileged, Zuma. Then another sister says, be calm, sister. Then the leader, Hisia, that is not what being an Amazon is about, Zuma. Then the scene change and it goes camera to, not a camera, but to the focus to Hisia. Hisia tells to everyone that everyone over here is strong to each other, and we are not as an individual, we are for the greater good over here. Here one of the sisters says that she was like a god and she didn't need any of these things, and the second one says that yet you came. Hisia says that yet you came, and the other girl says too, we all did, and of our own free will. Here Hestia says that you all have came here for some kind of purpose or some kind of reason. You all have a greater purpose among us. And now we see two other girls. Their name is Narkisa and Wakumi. So shall we see what they talk? Here Narkisa is trying to say that whatever our general is doing is not in a right way. He is not doing a right thing among us. And then the Wakumi says that what are you telling? Here Wakumi says that the quest was ordered by Hypothilus, the queen of our Amazonian, and I consider that our general is much greater than any shinobi or any warrior I have ever seen in my life. That's what Wakumi says over here. Narkisa says that yes, that is my point. So here she want to say that in spite of being the reputation of peacekeeping, we are killing much more people than we are supposed to be. Then here Wakumi says that have a watch on your mouth because anybody can hear your word. Then they both go out of this conversation. Then we see Ophelia drawing with brush something. Then Ophelia asks Xander to draw this art, but she says I will draw it with blood. Then here we see they're planning to go from here by boat. Now we here see Hesia and Themyscira. They are talking about their home to Themyscira, where the Amazonian women want to go home, back to their homes. And after this, Hesia feel a doubt about her work, that she is doing something wrong with her sister, the Amazonian sister, she feel that doubt and she talked with her Thela. And Hesia says that this camping was a great camping. We found a lot of people like us, a lot of sister would like us from around the world. And I know it feel like a hypocrite because we are gone out from our home, far away. But I want to live more than just life in Themyscira. I want to know more than I want to know more about the life outside the Themyscira. That what she talk about here. Next day, what so happened is that some young girls of Amazon were attacked by Viking giant who can transform themselves into birds. It was a sudden attack by this giant. Amazon girls could not fight them and they were been taken after the fight by the Viking giant. And after some time, Hesia, the general commander of Amazon warrior, come to see her young warrior are being taken by the giants. And then the three strangers appear in front of them to help Hesia and her warrior in finding out young warrior by giving her tool which will help her in a direction in which the young warrior are being taken. And in the ocean their boat are being broke down, and they lost or device by which they were about to find the young warrior. And only few were able to survive in the storm of the ocean. Only few were there to arrive to an island. And then there was a sudden attack by whom they can't even see that thing. And it was a very hard condition for them because the storm was very cold, and there was a very sudden attack, and it was for a very hard decision for Hesia to take the decision. And this is how the story end over here. Now only few were able to